All right, guys. So recently, I went on a vacation and I came across this place called Bucees, which I had never heard of before. Basically, if you've never been to one, it's like 3 Walmarts put together, but with a giant gas station attached to it. Pretty much everything you could ever imagine. So I went through there like a kid in a candy store, grabbed a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to test it all out, see if it works, see what's good, see what's bad. First thing, I got a Bucees shirt. That'll be my new uniform for today. So the first thing I grabbed is a hammock. Let's test the hammock. I think I've only tested one hammock in the whole life of this channel. So let's see if this is a good one. All right, hopefully the straps are long enough, but we're gonna try to go from this tree to this tree, which is probably only maybe a 10-foot span. So I feel like we should be good. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is one of those hammocks. Oh, it is. Everything is like included, or not included, but everything is built into the case. Instructions, probably don't need those. Oh, okay. This is actually a nice high quality hammock. We've got 2 straps. Okay. Okay. So the other hammock I had, the straps had like different loops at different lengths. It's got like a I don't know what you call it. It's got like the type of strap that like a motorcycle helmet would have, where it just kind of uses friction. So that's interesting. I don't know if that's a better system than the other hammock that I have. So this should be pretty straightforward. Just wrap this around the tree. Maybe we'll go higher. Okay, and we'll wrap this one around the tree, about the same height. Let's see, figure out how this works. You can just adjust it. Okay, that's actually kind of slick. I actually kind of like that a little bit better than the other system. These trees actually might be a little bit too close together. I underestimated the distance this thing could span. Maybe not. That's probably actually perfect. All right, let's see. Let's see if it'll hold me. Why am I terrified? Ooh. Oh, look at that. Okay. But I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like the hammock part of it is too shallow. Because the other one that I have is more deep, and you kind of like sink into it a little bit more. And this one you kind of don't. You just kind of like, it's way more shallow, and then you kind of got these weird like sides. But it's not bad. Maybe if I loosen it a little bit, maybe we'll get more, we'll be able to kind of sag down a little more. Maybe we'll go there. That's awfully low. But maybe that'll give us what we're looking for. No, it's the exact same. Okay, I don't know how to feel about it. It's all right, but it's just so, it doesn't feel like it's like kind of like cradling me, like you feel like a better quality hammock would. It feels more like it just needs some type of adjustment to make it towards more of like a bowl. It almost feels like this is trying to like get you to lay flat, but then you just have these like high walls on the side. Like if I was trying to sleep in this, I don't think it would be that great. Like if I had to give this a rating, like 1 through 10, I would say this is probably an easy, oh maybe, what if we did this? Oh, that's not bad. I don't know. I think I would give this hammock maybe like a 7 out of 10. I feel like it could be a little bit better if the fabric was just more bowl shaped, so it kind of cradles you more. But overall, I like the not turnbuckle, but like the different style straps, because they're infinitely adjustable. You can put them exactly where you want, unlike the other one that I have where you have to stick to one of the loops. I give it like a 7 out of 10. All right, next thing we got here. We have a cold steel competition throwing hatchet. Why you would sell one of these at a big old gas station? I don't know. We got something to throw it at. My throwing hatchet experience is very limited, so this could go very poorly. First of all, let's just make sure it sticks. Oh yeah. All right, we should be able to work with that. Try a little bit first. Look at that. First try. Maybe there's something to this. Maybe I'm just a natural. Oh, first miss. I'm so good. Let's try kind of far away. I'm probably, I don't know, 25 feet. Okay, need to throw it a little bit harder. I need to put my purse down and actually throw it. Okay. Aim is an issue, and I assume every time I miss, it's probably gonna get significantly more difficult because it's gonna get more dull. So from that distance, whatever that is, maybe like 10 feet or so, it's like super easy. It's like it just naturally wants to spin and be right on target. Let's go from here. Oh, that hit, but it didn't stick. Am I crazy, or like, am I just hitting a bad part of the tree? Excuse me? I'm gonna be out here practicing this all day. Okay, that hit dead on. That just hit like a tough part of the tree, which I know you're not supposed to be throwing this at a tree. You're supposed to have like a special target. Again, what are we doing here? I want to end on a hit. Come on. No way. Maybe I'll hit it backwards. Oh, come on. Just stick. One more time before I end this segment. Just one more time. I think it has like a trial period. So the first like few throws, you know, it's just like it does it for you. It does it real easy. Then after that, you're all on your own. Like now we've entered hard mode. Like what's happening here? Is there a problem here? No. It just doesn't want to stick. I'm not ending this until it sticks one last time. Wow. There we go. Jeez. So clearly, it actually works very well. And if you had any amount of skill, you could probably get it to stick anytime from any distance. I feel like it's balanced very well. And you can tell, even though I don't really have any experience throwing axes, or hatchets I should say, you can tell that whenever you throw it, it's balanced very well and it really, you know, rotates as it should. You just have to get the right distance so that it's rotating and hits at the right moment. But I give that like a 9 out of 10. It feels durable. It worked the first, like, whatever that was, like 4 times in a row. So it's good. Okay, so the next item, this one is not really for me to judge. This is a beer can decorated, or beer glass decorated dog treat. If you're interested, there's the ingredients on the back. So this is obviously not for me to judge. So let's go get the main star of the show and see what he thinks. Hey, you ready? Hey, don't eat the grass. It's not what you're here for. As you can see, he's very interested. Excuse me, sir. Hey, excuse me. Hey, this is not going. Okay, would you like this? Would you like that? Is it good? You're not really scarfing it down like you usually do. Maybe it's not that great. Can I get your review? Hey, maybe it wasn't that bad. Excuse me. Can I get your rating 1 through 10? Excuse me. Okay. Well, apparently it was very good because he's trying to get every single crumb out of the grass. So we'll say that's a success. All right. This next thing, I saw this. I thought this was so stupid that I just had to buy it. I've seen these before, but a wearable blanket. I guess it's just supposed to be a giant hoodie, essentially. This is it. Whenever I saw it in the store, I didn't expect that the inside was going to be so soft. And I will say, once I took it out of the box, that did kind of change my mind a little bit. And the inside is very nice and super soft. Let's put this thing on. Let's see if this is something I would wear in the wintertime. Let's see here. This thing is very oversized. Oh, this thing is heavy, like real thick. I already feel hot, and I've only had it on for like 2 seconds. The hood kind of sucks a little bit. There needs to be more room around the neck for the hood. That's not bad. If it was cold, I could see maybe putting this on. It's not as bad as I thought. Maybe laying on the couch or something. It's so big. It's like a duress on me. Okay. So that's not that bad. If you ever stop at a Bucees and you see it, I'd pick it up. The next item. I found a Coast Professional Series 8,000 lumen flashlight. I have had this for a couple weeks, so I've had plenty of time to play around with it. So I can give you a full analysis on the things that I do like and the things that I don't like. Let's just start off with the bad. So the one thing I don't like is that if you're at a store and you see this hanging on the shelf, you're going to see a medium-sized rechargeable flashlight, and you're going to see 8,000 lumens. And then you're going to see maybe adjustable beam, 5 modes, and then you're probably going to go, oh, that seems like something I want. You buy it, just like I did, and then you'll get home and you'll realize that as you're flipping through the modes, that you're like, wait a minute, where's the 8,000 lumen mode? Where's that at? So then you flip on the back and you see medium mode is 1,100 lumens, high mode 3,800, and then you have low mode, which is 265. Then you have a moon glow mode that is 56 lumens, and then you have turbo mode that is 8,000 lumens. But there's no time limit. For medium, you get 7 hours. High, you get 3 hours. Low, you get 15 hours. Moon glow, you get 36 hours. And there's just an empty box. So what's up with that? What I found out is that to get the 8,000 lumens that you are promised, you have to hold the button down and go into turbo mode. And then you only get turbo mode for 40 seconds. So you can only use your 8,000 lumen feature for 40 seconds. Other than that, you are limited to 3,800 lumens. So I do not like that 8,000 lumens is advertised all over the place. It should say 8,000 lumens for 40 seconds, not 8,000 lumens. I guess that's just typical marketing nonsense. That kind of turned me off right off the bat. Another thing that I dislike, it's not really a big deal, but it's just something I don't like, is it is adjustable. So if you twist the bezel, you can twist it and then you can adjust the beam, whether you want it wide or narrow. Whenever you adjust the light, if you have it adjusted all the way out it's slowly pulling air through this charging port cover. I'm assuming it does this so it can maintain some type of like water resistance. But it pulls the air through this charging port cover. So then let's say you're, walking or whatever, and then you see something and then you want to like zoom in. So you zoom in and you're like, "Oh, I thought that was a bear, but that's really a tree branch." So then you want to bring the light back out to make the beam wide again. If you just pull back, every time you do that, the suction pops out the charging port. And then vice versa. I don't know how well you could see that. If you go to zoom it in too fast, it'll pull a vacuum through the charging port, and then it'll pull out, and then it'll suck the head back in. Now, of course, now it's not going to do it on the camera, but it does do it. And then, of course, if you push it back, just like I said, it'll just pop that charging port right out. And then you can just twist it to lock it. But when I use this light, I don't think there's been a single time where I've tried to make the beam more narrow, so that's not really a big deal. Those two things are the main things that I dislike. The things I do like are that it's all aluminum, it's heavy duty. I really, really like that it has a display so that it'll show you how much light you have left on whichever mode you're on. And then another thing that I like is I like the order in which the modes are. So usually with a rechargeable flashlight, if you turn it on, it's either going to be, the first setting is usually going to be high, medium, then low, or you'll turn it on and it'll go low, medium, high. This one, you turn it on and it goes medium, high, low, and then moon glow. So medium is going to be probably your most used setting, so it's the first one that you get as soon as you turn it on. But then if you want high, like I always use high, you're just 2 clicks away from high. You don't have to go from the bottom all the way to the top. No matter which mode you're in, if you just hold the power button, then you're gonna go into turbo mode. I like this. So you can see it's medium. You got 7 hours. High, you got 3 hours. Low, 15. Moon, 35 minutes and 50 seconds. Or we can hold it. And now we're in turbo, and we only got 40 seconds. Which this is going to bring me to one of the things I dislike. Let me not shine that in your face. Let's say you're like me, and you mainly use this thing in high mode. So you turn it on, you're in medium. Now you're in high. Okay, great. You're looking around, you're walking around, whatever, looking at something, and then you see something and you're like, "Oh, what is that? I want to see farther away." So I'm going to go into turbo mode. Okay, now you're in turbo mode. You're at 8,000 lumens. And then now we got to sit here and wait for 30 seconds. So after this countdown, what's going to happen is we're in turbo mode. And even though we were in high mode before we turned into turbo mode, it's going to automatically kick us into medium mode. And it doesn't matter what mode you're in, low, moonlight, medium, high, does not matter. If you turn on turbo mode, it will automatically default to medium mode. And I don't like that. And then the second thing I don't like, okay, so turbo mode, we ran out of our 40 seconds. Now we got kicked down to medium mode. So let's say, you wanted to see something far away. You turned on turbo mode. It kicked you back to medium. Now you want to go back to high. It just turns the light off. And so now you have to turn the light off, turn it back on to medium, and then turn it back on to high. Or if you're on low, then it's one more click. I don't understand why it doesn't. Why is it not set to where if you go into turbo mode, it will just automatically default to whatever setting you're on? I don't remember if it said it on the box. I don't think it was on the box. I think it was in the instruction manual, which I don't know where it is. But somewhere in the instruction manual, it states that if you put it in turbo mode, that it will default to your last mode. And it says that in the manual, which is a complete lie. It doesn't do that at all. No matter what mode you're in, it always puts you back in medium. That's irritating to me. Especially, I go into turbo mode quite a bit. Just if I want to see something far away or, whatever. And then I have to turn it off. And then go back to medium. And then go back to high. Every single time I go into turbo. Which is honestly why I wish that it just had... Why can't you not just use 8,000 lumens all the time? Because if you can... High is 3,800... and it can last for 3 hours, so you would figure, you could probably do an hour and a half or so At 8,000 lumens, maybe hour and 25 minutes. I don't know. That's just one thing that kind of irritates me. Let's go back to something I do like. I love the beam pattern, because this flashlight has my favorite type of beam pattern ever. So normally, or I should say classically, most flashlights have, this is a Streamlight Stinger for those interested, but most flashlights have this type of beam pattern. So if you were going to use this flashlight, say you were like working on something right here, you have one big hot spot, and then you have like an outer ring of light that goes around the hot spot. So if you were, say, I tried to use this switching out an electrical outlet. So if you shine this, say you're working on an outlet like I was, if you shine this on the outlet, where the hot spot is, it's too bright to look straight out while you're trying to work. So what you end up doing is you have to move the light kind of off of like where you're working and use this outer ring from the hot spot to the edge to try to light up where you're looking. It reminds me of like the old mag lights that you'd have to like crank, and then they had like that weird donut in the middle, so you're always having to like not put the light on what you're trying to see and always try to like hold it off to the side. Actually, I have one. It reminds me of this. All these mag lights, they always got this like donut in the middle, and you like, if you just shine the light on what you're trying to see, you can't see nothing. And then you can make it like one hot spot, and then you have almost like nothing on the edges. It's just dumb. I don't like that. What I like is, as you already saw, I like this. I like having a nice wide beam that is completely even. There's no hot spots, nothing. It's just flat out, all the same, all the way around. You can go as close as you want. You can go at an angle, whatever. There's no hot spots. Like I said, you can always adjust it, so you can go super wide, or you can go as narrow as you want. And then even narrow, there's still no hot spot. It's all good. That's my favorite type of beam pattern. That's what I love. That's pretty much it. I am going to take you outside in the dark so that you can see the different modes and see how bright it is. Because it is, whenever you put it in turbo mode, it does light everything up, and you can see everything you want to see. So I will show you that. All right, here we are, pitch black. So I'm going to show you medium mode. Actually, I'll show you. So that's medium mode, with the beam as wide as possible. And that's with the beam as narrow as possible. There's high mode. You can see you can really get some distance with that. There's low mode. You can kind of see what's in front of you. In person, I can kind of see like the trees in the back. I don't think you can see much of that. And you have moonlight mode. If I zoom the beam in, you can kind of see some of that, but not really. It's only, this moonlight mode is only going to be good for really just seeing the ground in front of you barely. Maybe if you were like walking at night through a campground or something and you wanted to be like super courteous, I can see using this mode. So now let's do this. This is medium mode, and then now let's fire up turbo mode. You can see turbo mode, huge difference. You can see everything. And then we can zoom that beam in. Incredible difference. Like I said, in turbo, I wish you could run turbo all the time, because you can literally see everything, no problem. It's crazy. Like, you can see the top of all the trees. You can see everything, plain as day. All right, this next item, this got much lamer after I took it out of the box. This is a Bucees gas pump beverage dispenser. I was under the impression that this was gonna take batteries and it was gonna, like, you know, pump out the drink or whatever. This doesn't take batteries at all. I just have water in here, and it's just gravity fed, which I guess is kind of nice because you don't have to worry about batteries going dead. It would just be kind of cool. Maybe if it made like a noise or something, and then you could squeeze it and it would just, and it'd like pump it out. But no, it's just gravity fed. So say you have your drink, which it holds 34 ounces. I don't know what you're putting in here that's 34 ounces. Like, I don't know what the realistic use for this would be. But something I thought of, what if you filled this thing full of like 5-hour energies? And then you just like kept this on your like computer desk and then had like a shot glass or something. And then every time you needed a little bit of energy, you just, and then take a 5-hour energy. So that's really it. It's just gravity fed. And then as you can see, once you get so high, the flow changes with how far away you are. Or if you go low, it's real fast. But at a normal glass height, it does come out pretty good. I also like how it's 34 ounces, but I'm assuming labeled in milliliters. Woo! If you're going to put like a regular, say if you were going to fill this thing full of water and you were going to refill your water from this, that's going to take a while. Every time you just want to drink water. Kind of cool. Don't know what the practical use is, but it does function. I'm surprised it doesn't leak, because I'm not going to lie, it does feel pretty cheap. And then, whenever you want to fill it up, you just take off this beaver, fill it up through the top. I think that's as far as it goes. I don't know how you're supposed to get in here to clean it, because you can't take this part off. So, there you go. There's your gas pump beverage dispenser. So, this next gadget is supposed to help you butter your corn. So I have a fresh piece of corn that I just cooked up. No, I will not be eating this because I'm pretty sure it's hot. Pretty sure this is expired. What I think you're supposed to be doing is you take this device, and I think you take some butter, and you put the butter in this device, and you kind of move it around, and I think you take your hot corn and put it on here, and then kind of just like move it up and down. And it's supposed to like slather the butter around. And that way you don't get any butter on your hands. I mean, that works perfectly. There's butter, and then we can do it from the back side. Oh, okay. Well, don't drop it. Hey, although I got a little butter on my arm somehow. That works flawlessly. That is a completely buttered piece of corn. None of the kernels fell off. There's not butter on my hands. I mean, there'll be butter on my hands if I eat the corn. That works flawlessly. There's still a little bit of butter left, so I guess you could maybe save it for another time you eat corn or something. A very weird gadget, but hey, it works. So it did the job. Can't knock it for that. All right, the next little handy gadget that I got is a couple of Cob Switch Lights. I don't know why they're called Cob Switch Lights. 2 battery-powered light switches, so you can have remote light. Actually, I might not need a knife. Oh, look at that packaging. How beautiful is that? You almost never see this type of packaging anymore. Everything is all like those stupid clamshells. You gotta like rip everything apart. I miss the days whenever packaging was like this. You could actually open your packages. So let's see what this is all about. Velcro tabs or magnets. But it doesn't come with other magnets. So I guess you can only stick it to things that are already magnetic. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a little bit brighter than I thought. That's actually a decent bit of light. Let's say both of them. How many lumens were these things? Only 180 lumens. They seem pretty bright for 180 lumens. Let's turn off all the lights. See what we can see. All right, all the lights are off except for this one tiny overhead one. Let's see if you can see me better. Hey, that kind of works. 2 of them. I could almost use these if the power goes out to film a video. What about the wall? Yeah, look at that. two of them together. This would actually probably be perfect for like a little nightlight or something. If you have like a hallway or maybe like a camper or something. You don't want to turn, you don't want to light up the whole thing, but you just need just a little bit of light. Actually, I think that would be good on like a ceiling or something. Not gonna lie, whenever I first picked those up, I thought they were a little bit dumb, but now after seeing them, I think those could be actually pretty handy. And they're actually way brighter than I thought. I think I would have to recommend those. All right, last two things. We're gonna test them together. I found two different like multi-tool hammer devices. This one is a style that we've tested before, and actually I think a couple times we've tested this style, and they both have, ow, that hurt. I know for sure one of them, whenever I was hammering with it, it just like completely disintegrated in my hands, and I think the other one broke. So this style does not have a very good track record, but we'll see if this one's a little bit better. And this I've just never seen before. This is just like a very awkward shaped hammer. And I think it has a screwdriver. Yeah, you have a screwdriver. With maybe like some bits or something. No. You have another screwdriver. I guess the bits don't come out. Okay, you have another screwdriver. Don't tell me, is there another screwdriver in here? There's another screwdriver. Okay, so you get big flathead, little flathead, big Phillips, little Phillips. I kind of like that a lot more now. I didn't realize that there was that many screwdrivers inside of there. All right, I think the first thing we're gonna do, really the main function of these is obviously a hammer. So let's test the hammering abilities. All right, first we're just gonna start off with some small nails. I don't think these are roofing nails. I think these are just regular, smaller nails. We'll start with this guy. See what we can do here. Well, gotta hit it. I mean, that's not bad. That's not great though. That's not a very good experience. But if this is all you got, that's not bad. You can definitely get the job done. Give this one a shot. I think this one's gonna be way better because you got so much more leverage. Oh yeah, that's way better. You can actually, as long as the handle doesn't unscrew itself, you can actually put some leverage into it. All right, let's do this. Let's test the ability to pull it out. Beautiful. All right, let's try that one. Okay, that worked really good. One thing to note here is that the claw on this one is so small. This size nail, I think, is about as big as you can get. So the next nails we're going to try to drive are going to be these. Oh, no, you can fit that in there too. I think this size nails whenever the other one of these fell apart. One thing that's annoying is this handle keeps coming unclipped. Gets the job done. Takes a lot of beats. I don't know if I got enough leverage. I gotta hold the table down. Come on. I don't think I have enough leverage. And that hurts when you start really prying on it. Let's go ahead and try this one. For as far as getting it out. Oh, never mind. Hold on. I'm going to snap that handle right off if I try to pry that off. Never mind. I already did. Man, as soon as I went to pry that, I could feel that it was going to break. I guess I probably can't try this one now. No. Well, that sucks. I don't see any glue. I don't see nothing. I don't even know what was holding that in, other than maybe just like a little bit of pressure. Yeah, you're not gonna pry much with that. Okay, so that kind of sucks. Obviously not made for very much. If you're gonna use something like this to drive in nails, maybe try like little tiny ones. Maybe even smaller than this, little finishing nails maybe. Although the screwdriver part's still kind of cool. Maybe I'll hold on to that. So that's kind of useful to have. Now let's focus on another aspect of this. Is it's got like a little pair of bolt cutters in there. Let's see if we can cut a nail, which I don't think we can. Actually, you know what? Let's start something mild. Like a piece of wire or something, or like a zip tie. All right, I got two different zip ties, big and a small. Put the small one in there. Okay, so you can clip off a zip tie. That's not bad. Big one. You gotta do 2 cuts. But not bad. You can cut that. Let's try some of this really thin, like I don't know what you call this. This is the wire I used whenever I hung up my sound panels. If you saw that video, I should be able to cut this, right? I mean, this is very, very thin, very pliable. That's why you wear safety glasses. That could have been really bad. Yeah, it will cut that. All right. We need to find something a little bit thicker, though. Well, I can't find anything thicker, so let's just go straight to this nail, which I don't think we're going to be able to do. Oh, maybe. I'm kind of nervous now. Okay. Now I feel more safe. It just might do it. I tell you what, squeezing on this square handle right here sucks. Alright. I mean, it's just not quite sharp enough. But I think we can force it. I think if we hit it with a hammer, it'll cut. Oh, it's almost there. I think just one good hit and it's done. Yeah, that cut it right in half. And it's still functioning. So maybe this one is a little bit better quality. I do see that the teeth are kind of dented. Probably because you're not supposed to be cutting nails. Let's see how the pliers grab. Okay, the pliers kind of suck, not gonna lie. And just from grabbing this little nail head right here and twisting, I can see that it kind of chewed up the teeth already on the pliers. So that's kind of what you would expect. But there are other tools on here. Like there's a knife, which is pretty dull. File. Oh, there's a saw. You can. It's not that great. I mean, if that was your last resort, it's not bad. What is that thing? It only goes up this way. It's not sharp. It's just like a piece of metal. And then you got like a can opener. With like 2 serrations of a blade. Okay. So, as far as hammer tools go, if you need one from the Bucees, this is like what you're looking for. I would go with this over something like this, because with this, you're not going to be hammering much for very long, and then you're going to be broken. So, that's everything I got. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.